So you're a dad wanting to get out of the 9 to 5 grind and you want to start your own business, but you're struggling trying to find that perfect business idea. Let's get into 3 tips that'll help you come up with a business idea in no time. What's up, fellas? This is Vidal here with Alpha Dad Consulting, where we specialize in helping dads achieve success in family, finance, and business. Today, we're talking about business. A lot of the dads that I've worked with hate their jobs and want to start their own business, be their own boss. But when it comes time to make that happen, they get hung up on trying to come up with a business idea. The truth is, you're never going to come up with the perfect business idea. When I was at my old job, I hated going to work. Almost 10 years giving 10 hours of my day to a company that at the end of the day could easily replace me. Not getting paid what I was worth and hating about 80% of the customers I had to deal with on a daily basis. I knew I needed to get out of there and get a better job and start my own business and grow it to the point where I only have to work for myself. Now, full transparency, I still haven't left the 9 to 5 yet, but I have started my own business and every day I'm getting closer and closer to that goal. The job I currently have is remote and allows me to do what's necessary to make this business possible. We'll talk more about that in our next business video. The important thing to note is when coming up with this business, I didn't look for a big idea. I looked for a problem. And this is gonna be tip number 1 for you guys. Look for a problem that you'd like to solve. Business is all about problem solving. I want you to take a look at Amazon, for example. When Amazon started, it was just an online bookstore. It was competing with places like Borders and Barnes & Noble, any physical bookstore you can think of, where you could go in to a physical location and actually buy a physical book and leave that same day with the book. So when Amazon came out and was trying to sell books online, where you would have to wait maybe 7 days or maybe 2 weeks for your book to arrive, there's no instant gratification there, right? So people were looking at Jeff Bezos at that time as he was crazy because this is not a profitable business idea. Now, what Jeff Bezos originally wanted to do with Amazon is not only have it be an online bookstore, but he wanted to grow it into becoming the everything store. He wanted to make it a one-stop shop for everything you can think of. Fast forward 20 years later, and here we are, 2020, Amazon is one of the biggest, most profitable companies on earth. And I would say he definitely accomplished his goal of making it the everything store. In fact, most of the equipment that I'm using right now to record this video was all purchased on Amazon. Let's look at another business that's very popular, and that's Netflix. Netflix tried to solve a different problem. And no, I'm not talking about Netflix and chill. I'm talking about the problem of boredom and convenient entertainment. Now, some of you may not remember this, but back in the day when we had VHS tapes, we had to pop those into the VCR. And if we wanted to watch another movie, we'd have to take that VHS tape out and pop in the next movie. And then what we'd have to do with the one that we took out, we'd have to put that into a rewinder. Yes, rewinder. We used to have this red convertible Mercedes where you would push on the hood of the car, it would pop open, you'd put the VHS tape in, pop it down, and it would start rewinding the tape for you. That's how old school we were. Now with Netflix, we have the convenience of literally switching to another show or a movie just by pressing the menu button on your control. All of a sudden, in 2 seconds, you can pop in another movie and you're already watching it. Now, a lot of other companies have followed suit. Now you have Amazon that has their own streaming service. You have Disney, you have Apple. They're all out there trying to solve the issue of boredom and convenient entertainment. The problem that I looked at when trying to come up with the idea for Alpha Dad Consulting, I looked at the effects of fatherless homes and broken families, and I said to myself, I want to help solve that. My goal for this business is to help dads stay in the home and not have broken families through achieving their full potential in the areas of family, finance, and business. If they learn how to manage these 3 things, I believe, as it's happened for me, that they'll reach whatever they deem successful in those 3 areas. Now, tip number 2 is going to be invent or research a solution to that problem. Either you come up with a solution based on your own experience, or you research a solution from people that have already solved that same problem. Now you take that information, whether it's from books or interviews that you watch or lectures that you watch or even courses that you take, and then you're gonna create your own frameworks based on what you learn so that you can teach that to others and implement and test out. You see, when it comes to business, it's not about getting it right the first time. You're gonna have to adapt, adjust, change, depending on things, depending on sometimes even the environment. Look at the brick and mortar businesses that are around right now that are suffering due to the lockdowns. A lot of them depend on people coming in physically and buying products or services, but they have no online way of monetizing. So right now, while people are at home, a lot of online businesses are thriving. This is one of the reasons why I focus on online business with almost every dad I work with, because it's the future. And that'll get us into tip number 3. But before we get into tip number 3, no matter what business you try to build, there is one thing you will need, especially as a dad or a husband, and that's time. We always use the excuse of not having enough time to keep us from doing things. So I want to help you get your time back by giving you this free gift for joining me today. It's called the Get Your Time Back Challenge, a simple 3-page guide that will make you feel like you got 25 hours in a day. Just go to alphadadconsulting.com/time to claim your free gift. Link is also in the description below. So once you've created your own frameworks, let's get into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to test the solution and measure your results. First, test the solution on yourself if you haven't done so already. Get the results from that. Then test it on others for free or a low price point. And based on the results that you get, if they're good results, now you can think about selling that particular product or service that you came up with. So that's gonna wrap it up for our video today, guys. Those are the 3 tips that I had for you. I hope that they were helpful and that they give you some insight as to how to come up with a business idea for yourself. Keep in mind that we will be exploring more tips like this as we progress through the channel. So I have a question for you guys. What's a problem that you'd like to solve and make your business? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like, share, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss a video. Stay tuned for more as we release a video every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. Pacific. All right, my fellow Alpha Dad, this is Vidal. I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one.